Empire of Fright, Part 1, Act 0, Behind the Scenes. Well, me into Act 0, it should have been Act -1, because usually my preview shows are Act 0, but I decided to do a behind the scenes look at how I plan these concerts. Well, stage 1 was going through the Empire and Fright collection and burning the Greatest Hits collection, roller coaster ride of hits. Disc 1 and Disc 2, that was an amazing one because it looked hairy at first. Wouldn't be able to squeeze 19 of their biggest hits on Disc 1 and 20 on Disc 2, but somehow they fit. That was a big plus for them. Yeah. How did I get them from their I wouldn't say humble beginning, but kind of villainous master manipulator beginning until they change their attitude to become the Empire of Fright I know and like today. And then their merger with Balloon Crew to become Empire and Crew, which most of my older friends have already seen that. Newer friends, you'll just have to look through the video collection or go over to my YouTube page and you can see them there. Hopefully get caught up quicker because I'm trying to have everyone's future music videos arranged by category. And newer friends that don't know about future music, it's just taking songs from various locations, dubbing them to tape. My sister and I kept it going since 1988 and only ended last July because of her death. Now, the members of Empire of Fright, two were featured in cartoons from the 90s. Mainly, well, they called her Muffy Vandersmith, but we we have our own little theory that they were kind of trying to hide the Vandersmith identity during that Heart of Glass episode. So, and because of movies like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and other references where Buffy is a female name, we think they got it wrong. This should have been Buffy Vandersmith, not Buffy. And the crazy croc from the Rescue Ranger episode, A Case of Stage Fright, Silver Nose eventually became the keyboardist. The lead singer, I know this looks like Disney's Robin Hood, in fact it is, but we're saying that's Theory Interceptor, some descendant of Robin Hood. And this scientist guy is going to be representing retro. It's probably as wild and crazy as I had the guy talk. He eventually became the drummer of the group. Now, when I thought of the idea for Theory, it was during a strange time for my fictional TV station, SVTV. We just sent Ultimate Badness into some kind of warped timeline setup. where they weren't going to be seen for a few years. So we were struck. I pretended that the TV station was struggling coming up with a new supervillain. And that's when the idea of a character kind of sort of based on the Days of Our Lives Stefano de Mera came to mind. Only instead of manipulating people like chess players, he would make like he jumped on them like checkers. It worked for a little while, but I kind of got tired of that idea and just have him be the kind of person that would do things like possibly be behind kidnapping Kid Cloud Kicker from his parents and hang him over to Don Carnage. Prior to the Plunder and Lightning miniseries, of course. Just low level behind the scenes pranks like that. But eventually, I decided to make a rock group out of them. They tried to call themselves Ultimate Bandits 2. Their debut album was called You Be Prepared. And I had them do a little bit of time traveling to capture Scar's performance of Be Prepared from the Lion King. And somehow they got Gaston and Kill the Beast from the Beauty and the Beast soundtrack, as well as a bunch of other good songs. So, I'm going to show you all I planned the concert. It all starts with a blank sheet of paper. And I know it's going to be 5 acts. And just like the other concerts, it's going to be 3 songs per album and probably 7 songs during the encore section. Gonna be featuring some of April's groups again. Yeah, the line. It's gonna be a 5-act concert because normally future chart groups don't have um, 7 albums before the greatest hits by Empire of Fright. Needed to, they went. The way it would have dubbed to a cassette, there would be too much dead air at the end of everything I had selected for your culture ride. Okay. I fill in my ears for the album's layer. I know from You Be Prepared, I'm definitely gonna have them do the title track. It hit #1 anyway, so you'd expect that to be in the concert. Get Stung was another #1 that they had. And Billy Joel's Only the Good Die Young. It's been enough weeks on the chart where it deserves to be on in the concert. Larry I'll in the artist, and if I'm planning to play from the tape or the original album, I'll decide there. Now, halfway during the You Be Prepared releases is when Harry Dictor's crew and the rest of Ultra Bandits returned from where they were kind of sort of exiled to, or how you want to put it. Like the Americans, we did temporarily kill them off, but then we came out with this idea on how to bring them back. The second album, A Lot of Trouble, was on picking on King Brick Wall, and at this time they had to change their name to Empire of Fright to prevent confusion. I'll just do a whole lot, and from here, guess I'll have them do Blue Avenue. Please, you got that name, has a good beat. I kind of like the song that I did for them. Empire of Fright is sort of a parody of Whitney Houston's Queen of the Night from the Bodyguard soundtrack. It's just a rare song. Okay. Now from Intruder Alert. I know Break Through the Barrier was the #1 song. There's a World is a very interesting sounding, young song. Because most of you don't know where I got the idea for Intruder Alert. I'll have them do Going Berserk. Then from their fourth album, which had the biggest ones of their career, We Don't Care Whether or Not We Care, what's the name of it? They gotta do that roller coaster. Somehow it spent 9 weeks on top of the future chart. Followed by Guns N' Roses, Knocking on Heaven's Door. It spent 11 weeks on top of the future chart. Let's see. How about I guess My Heart Will Go On will do. Don't recall how that did on the future chart, but everything concert was a big hit. Okay, the fifth album was Robin Hood Clan Reunion, where he found out that he was related to Disney's Robin Hood. Because it's Christmassy, Christmas Through Your Eyes. And to remind us where sewer notes came from, we'll have them do Pirates in Pajamas. Nah, we'll have them do Boy King of England first from the Robin Hood soundtrack, more or less. Well, I kind of dubbed the songs from the movie to the tape, and they turned out pretty good considering the technology. It also digitaped rather well to the roller coaster ride of hits. And now I'll do the Pirates. It'll have a little bit of the Rescue Rangers commentary during the performance, but that would be very hard to add out. What? Whoops. I looked at the wrong list. Pirates, it's on Crocky. So from this one, we'll do with arms wide open, I guess. And now I'll go ahead and put my pick from Pirates. A bushel and a peck will do. Yeah, I guess born free. And I meant to have the listing for Tales from the Empire handy, but I did this, but I forgot to. Yeah, it might be over there. Or over here. Excuse me a second. I'm not going to do over this recording, but I'll pick something from Tales from the Empire once I find that list. And it's not going to be what's been put on the Greatest Hits collection. Now, among their new stuff, I have them do on Roller Coaster Ride. I know I have them put on Mary Did You Know? And I can't remember what else, but I'm going to have that in with a good song by the Keffers called Forgiven, Forgotten Forever, Amen. So I'll fill that much in later. Now, the encores, I think they'll do ragdoll from You Be Prepared. A lot of trouble. I think they'll do savages. Okay. Encore from You Don't Care. How about blue? Robin Hood. I think I'll have them do the love song from the movie. Cracky will be now. One of the few times I have retro take the lead. And again, I'll have to remind myself what's on Tales from the Empire for that. Now, the opening act. I know Iron Goose is going for part one. Iron Goose is going to do Phil Collins both sides of the story because you're finally getting the Empire of Fright's point of view. I'm gonna let Wildcard open up Pack 2 because I know somewhere they did Weird Al's The Brady Bunch theme, which is loosely a parody of the Safety Dance because it's a few days after Cal Brady passed away, or the actress that played her. They'll do a Brady Bunch theme, Weird Al style. Yeah, according to my list, I still haven't given Jubilation Lee and the Women of Doom a preview for you all. And for we'll have Larvae as the opening singer. The guy from the Masked Rider series. Why he didn't join Chain of Champs, I don't know. I think because the Chain of Champs is a little too crowded as it is. Okay. So it looks like it's going to be a very good show for you all. And I'm hoping it'll be recorded one of the first few weeks of December. And I'll go from there. See what I can salvage of the career for part 2, because the only other outlet they had was that time with they merged with Balloon Crew and became Empire Crew. Okay. Does it look good so far? Yeah. And we'll try not to ramble too much. I mean, we got a lot to say about our crazy career. Or even talking about our kids on the way through this. Let's just say we outdo the Ravens by quite a deal. I know I still haven't touched on your half-brothers, half-sisters, or your father, or where he was hiding, or what eventually happened to Muffy that prompted you all to do Sweet Hour of Prayer during the Draw movie plan. That's an interesting one for him. You forgot to put those on the encore. You'll have to add that. We don't want to do it on the second part of the concert. I know Someone's Waiting for You was the first #1 that before those big roller coaster knocking on heaven's door, Christmas in Your Eyes, and Falling King of England hit. So I'll do those corrections, and you all will be surprised by the time I hit the stage with the Empire of Fright for real. And hopefully this room will be decorated for Christmas too. So good night.